Okay, the Ural Tourist. So let's look at the, do an overview. First off, I'll start at the front. This is an option, is the driver windshield, color match windshield. That's an option that you can have with this, as is the passenger windscreen. That is a option. If we look at the front, we have a Brembo disc brake on the front, and you have drum brakes for the rear drive wheel and the sidecar wheel. This is a one-wheel drive model, not a two-wheel drive model. Got the standard headlight, which is upgradable to an H4 bulb. Like I said in the intro, this is a carbureted model, so you have chokes for your carburetors. This was the last year of the carbureted models. Up here for the steering dampener, you have this basically a friction lock. You can adjust that. That'll minimize wobble in the front wheel. I have a tank bag here, lockable fuel cap, and your key is located up here near the headlight. It's electric start, and then you have the optional kick start, which could come in handy. Going back to the drive wheel, it's the old drum brake, and you have the brake quick control here with an e-brake, and basically this is just locks the rear brake into place when you're in neutral. No drive shaft on the for the sidecar wheel, which is free spinning, and that also has a independent disc brake. Drum brake. Inside the sidecar here, we have the seat, which lifts up. The newer models have storage underneath, and this one has the optional fuse panel with a BMW European style plug for your accessories, and you could hook up to 3 additional, actually 4 different circuits on here. So right now there's a stereo that came with it. Here's the trunk. This one came with a the owner installed a stereo system, and you can see the speakers up there. The CD doesn't work very well when you're on bouncy terrain. It just kind of skips, and there's no way to control the volume unless there is a remote in here somewhere. This came with a wheel chock, which you can use to help either brake or lift the sidecar wheel. Great thing about a Ural is it comes with tools, which will handle everything you need to do on the bike. So there's no extra tools you really need to buy. There's a little accessory pouch here for documents, whatnot. From all accounts, I haven't ridden in the hack yet, but so far my passengers have said it's pretty comfortable. I added some decals here just to kind of make it a little bit more Russian, since the color kind of matches the Russian with the old Soviet Union star. Anyway, I've been around motorcycling a lot, being a law enforcement instructor, a motorcycle officer. I used to compete in endurance rallies, so I've done quite a bit of done quite a few things on motorcycles, but this has been a blast. Riding it or driving it is just totally different. So it creates a new level of excitement for me, learning something new, experiencing something new. The fuel tank holds about 5 gallons, so your range is Fuel mileage is about probably around 30 miles to a gallon, somewhere in that range. So you're talking about a 180-mile cruise range. And you'll see a lot of Ural drivers carrying extra fuel just because it looks cool. Top speed, they say, is 70. I usually keep it around 60. It will go 65, but if you go uphill, it's only 40 plus horsepower. So if you want to get somewhere fast, don't get a Ural. But if you want to get there kind of looking cool, I highly recommend it. It's a great conversation starter. I put about 400 kilometers on it in this last week. I kind of feel I'm starting to get proficient with the cornering. When you accelerate, it wants to pull you to the right, and when you brake, it wants to pull you to the left, and that's just the dynamics of having that wheel out there and it wanting to find a straight line during all your inputs. Anyway, that's a overview of a 2013 Ural Tourist. On these year models, the spare tire here, it's very easy tire change or wheel change, is for both the rear tires. Since the front is a disc, it won't work on that. But the newer models, all three wheels are compatible, so that's no longer an issue. And like I said, the newer models have electronic fuel ignition. Alright, that's the 2013 Ural Tourist. It's a blast. If you are getting bored with motorcycling and you want to look for something different and a more relaxing way to ride, this will fit the bill. Anyway, thanks for watching. Be safe. Hey, just a couple things I forgot to mention on the Ural. First off, the speed indicator is in both miles per hour in blue and kilometers per hour in the white. But the odometer and trip meter are in kilometers. So that's just kind of one thing. If you want to figure out miles, just divide the kilometers by 0.6 and that should get you pretty close. You have a neutral light. One thing about this transmission, it is clunky, and I hear it's not as bad on the newer models, but sometimes finding neutral can be a little bothersome. It's not a big deal. And the rest of your idiot lights, your high beam, charge, turn signal. There is no tachometer, which is kind of weird, but when you're maxed out at max speed, it doesn't really give you any indication that you're over revving. It never sounds like it's over revving, so you just got to kind of play your speed by ear.